normal life. He doesn't have any problems handling the activities of daily living. The wife was uninsurable. Unfortunately, the complex regional pain syndrome, the fact that she was still having ongoing treatment, the pain is chronic. It is unresolved. That would make her uninsurable. The nice thing is that they were able to put the policy in force on the husband, so they do have coverage on him. So in the future, if he needs it, they won't spend down all their assets. Hopefully they will still have some coverage for still have assets to use for the wife. Last question is, how do discounts work? We all love discounts. Partner discount. If you have partners, let's say it could be a married couple, couples of the same sex, or common law couples, they could both apply for coverage and receive a 30 to 40% discount. And the common rule of thumb for determining if they're partners is if they've lived together 3 years or more in the same household and shared expenses for 3 years or more. So as I said, depending on the company, they can receive a 30 to 40% discount if they both apply for policies at the same time and are both issued policies. If they both apply and only one of them is insurable, so only one policy is issued, that person would still receive a 25% discount. Partner not applying discount. If you have a client that applies for coverage and they have a partner living in the home with them, again, as I explained a minute ago, partner is somebody that lives in the home, shares expenses, and shares the home. If the one of them does apply for coverage, depending on the company, they could still receive a 5 to 15% discount on their policy. And the thought behind that is if you have a client that has someone living in their home with them, they're not going to be as apt to apply for benefits as quickly as somebody that's living in the home by themselves. Somebody that's by themselves doesn't have somebody to help take care of them. Preferred health discount. If your client is in excellent health, they may qualify for a preferred health discount. Again, this depends on the company. It ranges from 10 to 20%. And they can get both discounts, the partner discount and the preferred health discount. Let's say they apply with Genworth. Genworth, if they qualify for the 40% discount or the 25% discount, the preferred discount would be knocked down to 10%. So if they receive the 40% partner discount, 10% preferred health discount, a total discount of 50%, which is very substantial discount, very nice. Two-person household discount. This applies if you have two people living in the same household together, but they're not considered a partner. Let's say we have a brother and a sister, two brothers or two sisters. If they are of the same generation, and that's the key, if they're the same generation and both apply for coverage at the same time, they can both receive the 10% discount. And I just want to go back up to that partner discount. Remember in my last example where I talked about the husband and wife, where he was insurable and she wasn't, and I said we still had a policy issued on him. He did receive that 25% discount because they had both applied, but even though she was uninsurable and he was insurable, he did receive the 25% discount. And that takes care of my questions. Now I'm going to hand this over to Jerry Skapiak, but before I go, I want to mention if you do have any clients that you are not sure about their insurability, or if you have any questions about long-term care, please give me a call. You can see my contact information up there. Thank you. Now I'm going to pass this over to Jerry.